Hello everyone, this is module number 242 for the subject of SHRM. And in this module, we will talk about managing personal transitions, the stages in transition curve. So if you people realize that whenever there is a change in an organization, now it is the time that people might be in the stress. People might be very uncertain about their future, about their jobs, about their role, about the power they have secured over the last period of years. So it could be very traumatic for many people if there is a particularly transformational change in the organization. So it is very important for the HR professional that they should manage this transition very smoothly. They should consider about employees' emotions, attitudes, and behaviors, and they should help and facilitate this transition. So, what are those stages or different stages through employees go through while they are actually experiencing the change? So, this is very critical role, and in my personal experience and practice, I have observed that many HR professionals they just throw the people into the sea, and they hope that they can swim by themselves and they can survive and they can they can be safe. It does not happen in this way. So the success of change programs also rest on whether or not employees are able and willing to bring or willing to adapt that change. So if employees are not willing to adapt that change or not willing to embrace that change, so what should be done? Indeed, the first step would be logically to enhance their willingness. How can you enhance the willingness of employees? Definitely, employees would like to change, just like you would like to change if you see a benefit in it. That is known as what is in it for me. If you communicate for me that what is in it for me, my willingness will be enhanced to embrace or to adapt that change. So helping people through change programs often falls on the HR shoulders because they are the professionals and practitioners of human resource. So for many people, going through a major organizational change can be quite traumatic, very painful, very stressful, psychological distress, and it may result in psychological withdrawal. People may not speak very actively against the change, but they may have given up, or they may have psychologically withdrawal, and they say, okay, let's happen whatsoever is happening in the organization. I'm not concerned about that. I will see when it will come to me. So Bamford and Daniel write, many people come through the process of change feeling bruised, disenchanted, and demotivated. So these are very strong words which can be very close to some kind of medical illness. And these authors believe that this can happen whenever an organization thinks about bringing a major change in the organization. So the transition curve or coping cycle model helps to understand how people respond. So that is the model they have come up with, how people respond. Now you may see that the change transition curve, what happens when you are just introduced or when you are exposed to the change. Definitely it will be the shock employees may experience. What's going to happen? I was settled down, and I moved to this city from another city. Now may I have to go back to other places? That can be a shock in terms of change. So the second stage is employees are in a denial mode. They are denying, and they are not accepting the change. Third stage is the awareness or incompetence. However, if the change programs persist and they stay there for a long time, now you get the awareness that it is something is going to happen in this organization, and you can't avoid that. Fourth stage or fourth step is somewhere where people may start acceptance of the change. And the fifth stage is the testing. People will test and people will see that whether that change is good or bad. And the sixth is a search for meaning. They may think about it. What is in it for me? Does this change have impacted on me positively? I'm more comfortable than before. The new technology is good for my job or it is facilitating my job. I remember that when there was a time banking was on the registers and a lot of people, particularly the senior citizens or senior people, they were having positions in the bank. When they were asked to learn the computing and they were asked to shift everything from ledgers to registers to the computing, well, that was really difficult for them to learn computing and those skills. And there was a great reluctance on the employee side, and they didn't see the benefit. But almost now, every banker see the benefits of banking through the computing system. And seven is the integration. Then they integrate, that is whatsoever they were doing and whatsoever they did in the past and whatsoever they have to do now. So this is the last stage in the change transition curve. Thanks.